In a deep green jungle, animals lived happily together. Leo the lion was strong and brave, yet kind to all. Tika the tiny monkey loved to play tricks, and Ella the elephant liked to dance near the river. One sunny morning, the jungle grew quiet. The river had stopped flowing. Everyone panicked. "We need water," cried Ella. Leo gathered all animals for help. They marched through the forest until they found fallen trees blocking the stream. "Let's work together," said Leo. The beavers chewed the wood, elephants pushed logs, and birds carried twigs away. Slowly, the water began to flow again. The jungle cheered with joy. Tika swung from trees shouting, "Teamwork saves the day." That night, under the shining moon, Leo smiled proudly. The animals sang, danced, and promised to always help each other. From that day, the jungle wasn't just their home, it was their family. Months later, the jungle had become even more beautiful than before. New trees reached for the sky, and colorful flowers covered the forest floor. The animals had grown closer, living like one big family. Every morning, they gathered near the river to share food, laughter, and stories. One morning, Tika noticed something shiny floating in the water. He jumped down and picked it up. It was a small golden crown. "Wow, maybe it belongs to a jungle king," he shouted playfully, placing it on his head. Everyone laughed, but Leo smiled and said, "The real crown belongs to all of us, because we protect this land together." Suddenly, a loud cry echoed from the northern cliffs. "Help! Please help!" It was a young deer trapped between sharp rocks. Without wasting time, Leo roared, "Let's go!" The animals rushed across the jungle. Ella cleared fallen trees, Rafi helped carry vines, and the monkeys climbed ahead to guide the way. Working together, they pulled the frightened deer to safety. The little one trembled but managed to smile. "Thank you. I thought I'd never see my family again." As they walked back, soft rain began to fall, washing the leaves clean. The scent of wet earth filled the air. Tika danced under the rain while birds sang above. "This jungle will always be safe," Leo said proudly. That night, under a silver moon, the animals gathered once more. They sang, danced, and told stories of their adventures. Of the river, the storm, and the day they saved their home. Leo looked around and whispered, "As long as we stand together, the heart of the jungle will never stop beating." The wind rustled through the trees, almost as if the jungle itself was answering with a gentle, peaceful hum. Days passed peacefully after the river flowed again. Flowers bloomed brighter, and the jungle buzzed with laughter and songs. But one evening, dark clouds gathered, and a loud storm crashed through the trees. The wind howled and branches snapped. All animals ran to their shelters. Leo stood on a rock, roaring above the noise, "Stay calm! Help each other!" When the storm ended, the jungle looked broken. Nests had fallen, trees were down, and the baby animals were scared. Ella lifted heavy branches to free trapped rabbits. Tika searched for lost eggs, carefully returning them to nests. The parrots called out to guide anyone still missing. Then they found Rafi, the young giraffe, stuck between two trees. "Don't move," Leo shouted. The elephants pushed, monkeys pulled vines, and finally, Rafi was free. "Thank you," he whispered, his long neck trembling. The next morning, sunlight returned. The animals worked together again, rebuilding homes, planting seeds, and cleaning the river. Even the smallest creatures helped. The ants carried tiny leaves to fill gaps in nests, and the birds dropped seeds that grew into new trees. At sunset, Leo gathered everyone by the sparkling river. "We faced a storm, but our hearts stayed strong," he said. "The jungle lives because we care for it." Tika clapped his hands and laughed. "And because we have the best friends in the world." That night, under the golden moonlight, music filled the forest. Drums of coconuts, songs of birds, and the rhythm of hooves echoed across the valley. From that day on, every animal learned that courage and kindness make even the wildest jungle feel like home. Weeks passed, and the jungle began to shine brighter than ever. The animals had built new homes, stronger and safer. The trees were greener, the flowers more colorful, and the river danced happily through the forest once again. Life was peaceful, until one morning, a strange sound echoed through the valley. Boom, boom, boom. The ground shook slightly. Tika the monkey stopped swinging midair. "What's that noise?" he asked nervously. Leo's ears twitched as he listened carefully. "It's coming from the far hills," he said. "Let's find out." A group of brave animals followed Leo: Ella the elephant, Rafi the giraffe, Tika, and a few parrots flying overhead. As they reached the hills, they saw a group of humans setting up big metal machines. Trees had been cut, and smoke filled the air. "They're destroying our home," cried Rafi. Leo took a deep breath. "We must stop them, but without hurting anyone," he said firmly. The animals quickly made a plan. Ella sprayed water to put out the smoke. Tika and the monkeys tossed vines onto the machines, making them stop. Birds flew in circles, confusing the workers until they finally ran away, frightened but unharmed. When silence returned, the animals looked at the damage. "So many trees are gone," Ella said sadly. Leo nodded. "Then we'll plant new ones. Our jungle will heal again." And so they did. Day after day, every creature helped. The elephants dug holes, the monkeys dropped seeds, and the birds spread water with their wings. Slowly, new life sprouted from the ground. The jungle began to sing again, the melody of hope and unity. That night, as the stars twinkled above, Leo spoke softly. "We faced drought, storms, and danger, yet we stood together. The jungle is alive because we care." The animals cheered, their voices echoing through the trees. From that moment, they knew, when hearts unite, even nature smiles.